I'm originally from Iran. Thank you, calm down, no problem, that's fine. I was actually worried when we first went to war with Iraq, because Iran sounds a lot like Iraq, and I was worried if there was one president who was going to mess it up and bomb the wrong country. I actually saw an interview on CNN with Condoleezza Rice before the war with Iraq. I swear to God, she said, yes, we are going to bomb Iraq. I was like, oh my God, you can't mess that up. You're the smart one. And that's when I thought, listen, if I were Iran at that point, I thought it was a good time for Iran to just change their name. They should have just changed their name. If I were Iran, I would have called a press conference. I would have been like, thank you for coming everywhere, New York Times, Montreal Gazette, thank you for coming, everybody, really. Thank you. We have a special announcement to make. Starting today, Iran is now Canada. And Iraq is that way. So I'm married also. I'm married to somebody from another ethnicity. I'm married to an Indian woman, Indian actually. Not Indian like, woo, but Indian like, you know what I'm saying. Not casino Indian, computer Indian, computer Indian. That's right, I married tech support. I married tech support. Best move I ever made. Whenever I have a computer problem, I'm like, honey, Windows XP isn't working. She's like, I won't take care of it. Truth be told, my wife, least tech-savvy Indian in the world. Yeah, I got a defective Indian. It's messed up. Didn't even keep the receipt, I can't return her. No, I would never file for divorce because I'm a comedian and she's a lawyer. Who would win that one, right? But as an Iranian, I watch the news. I watch the news from a Middle Eastern point of view. That's what I do. Like last year, there was this plot to blow up JFK Airport. And I was watching the news. I was like, please don't be Middle Eastern. Please don't be Middle Eastern. And the news came out. They said they're Guyanese. I was like, yes. Those damn Guyanese. You can't trust them. But then the next day, the news came out. They said, but they're Muslim. I was like, damn. I was like, just once, can't it be another religion? Just once. Just once, couldn't it be a Buddhist? Just once. But then I thought about it, it will never be a Buddhist, right? Because a Buddhist live in the moment, right? A Buddhist would be like, I was going to blow myself up. But that moment is gone. I am in another moment right now. I don't feel very explosive, I don't. Last year, 60 Minutes did a piece about the US Navy. The US Navy fired some Arabic translators who were American, but they're doing Arabic translations. They fired them because they found out they were gay. They have a don't ask, don't tell policy in the Navy. They found out they're gay. They fired them. And I heard that and I thought to myself, what are we afraid of? What, are they going to gay up the translation? Right, where they're going to be like, okay, here's some chatter. There's going to be a bombing at the embassy. And a sale at Prada. Oh my God! I watch everything from a Middle Eastern point of view. I watch the World Cup. Remember the World Cup, the famous headbutt in the World Cup? I watched that from a Middle Eastern point of view. For those of you who don't remember, it was France against Italy in the championship game. And the Frenchman, Zinedine Zidane, was running back from the offensive side. And Materazzi, the Italian, grabbed his shirt and pulled it. And Zidane went over to him, headbutted him right in the chest. And Materazzi was like, ow, that hurt. And he went down, and Zidane got the red card, got kicked out of the game. As a Middle Easterner, I did not just watch what happened in the game. I watched the reaction of the French. Before the headbutt, the French love Zinedine Zidane. Before the headbutt, the French were like, we love Zinedine Zidane. Oh yeah, he's a French champion, we love him. He's one of us, we call him Zizou. He's Zizou, we love Zizou. After the headbutt, they're like, this guy's Algerian. That's my time, I'm Jobrani, thank you. There's good people everywhere, man. All it takes is one person to mess it up for everybody. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, a couple years ago in Times Square, there was a Pakistani guy tried to blow up a car bomb in Times Square. Now, I happened to be there that night doing shows just a few blocks away. And a few months before that in Austin, Texas, there was a white guy who flew his plane into the IRS building in Austin, Texas. And I happened to be in Austin, Texas that day doing a show. Yeah. As a Middle Eastern male, when you start showing up around a lot of these activities, You start feeling guilty at one point. I was watching the news. I'm like, am I involved in this crap? I didn't get the memo. What's going on? But the difference is, anytime a Middle Easterner or a Muslim does anything, a group will come out and tie themselves to that person, and we all start getting profiled. Anytime a white guy does anything, no white group ties themselves to that person. When the white guy flew his plane to the IRS building in Austin, Texas, every white group came out. They're like, well, that is one crazy individual. Even the Tea Party was like, he's not with us, he's not with us. Probably drinks coffee, that bastard. You might want to check the espresso party. When the Pakistani guy tried to blow up a car bomb in Times Square, the Pakistani Taliban came out and took credit for that failed car bombing. Why would you take credit for a failed car bombing? Why would you call a press conference and be like, we just wanted to say... we tried. And furthermore, it is the thought that counts. And in conclusion, win some, lose some. We always get tied with that, man. Like a few years ago, there was a guy, the Christmas Day bomber, this Nigerian kid. His name was Farouk Abu Babu Bubabu or Babubu, I don't know. He just got convicted in the US, and he was this Nigerian kid, and he got tied to Al-Qaeda. We all start getting profiled. But he was one crazy individual. They all are crazy individuals. You gotta be crazy, blow yourself up, kill innocent people. He was one crazy individual. I could prove it to you right now. Where did he put the bomb? Anyone remember where he put the bomb? Anyone remember? In his pants. Thank you, ma'am. Very nice way of saying in his underwear. It was actually in his underwear. Yeah, that was a very funny laugh. That was great. The bomb was in his underwear. He was a crazy individual. Because any man in his right mind, no matter how committed to the cause, would question that one move. Just on the way out of the Al-Qaeda meeting, the Nigerian guy, whoa, I have one question. I've got one question. I got one question. Yeah, I've got one question. Yeah, you say I'm going to blow myself up and go to heaven, where there will be 72 virgins waiting for me. I think I will need my penis. Can we put the bomb anywhere but my penis? I like my penis. They actually say that they made the bomb look like his penis. They made it look like his anatomy because he was a black guy. Yeah. Al-Qaeda stereotyped. Someone at Al-Qaeda meeting was like, guys, come here, come here, come here, come here. You see the black guy? Okay, we take a bomb. A really long bomb. And 2 grenades. We put in his underwear, he go right through. And it worked, it worked. Security is like, oh, he's a black guy, he's well hung, let him go, let him go. This happens 3-4 times a day. You would have thought someone in security would have noticed something weird going on in his pants. You thought someone would be, whoa, whoa, Abu Wabu, Faruku Babu, hold on one second. Hey, Jimmy, come here for a second. Is that a clock on his penis? There's something ticking on his penis. My penis is so big, I put a watch on my penis. Time to go. Remember the Pakistani dude who tried to blow up the car bomb in Times Square? Of course you do, Yeah. She's like, no, forgot it, I don't know it. I thought he was Persian, wasn't he Persian? First of all, I happened to be in Times Square that night doing a show. I was a few blocks away. And remember a few months before that, there was a white guy who flew his plane into the building in Austin, Texas, IRS building, Austin, Texas. I happened to be in Austin, Texas that day doing a show. I swear to God. And as a Middle Eastern male, when you start showing up around a lot of these activities, you start feeling guilty at one point. I was watching the news, I'm like, am I involved in this shit? I didn't get the memo. My friend was like, maybe you're the decoy, man, maybe
Al Qaeda's like, where is he performing next? We blow it up. We go blow it up. I'm a big fan. I want to blow up everything he does that day. But see, the difference was, the problem was that Pakistani dude messed it up for all Middle Easterners, Muslim, Pakistanis, messed it up for all, because what the problem is, anytime a Middle Easterner or Muslim does something, organizations come and they attach themselves to that person. When the white guy flew his plane into the IRS building in Austin, no white organization attached themselves to that guy. Every white organization, well, hey, crazy white guy, he's just a crazy white guy, we don't know. Even the Tea Party, we have no idea who he is, we don't know. Probably drinks coffee, that bastard, we don't know that guy. Coffee drinker. When the Pakistani dude tried to blow up the car bomb in Times Square, the Pakistani Taliban took credit for that failed car bombing. Now my question is, why would you take credit for a failed car bombing? Right? Why would you call a press conference, we just want to say, we tried. And furthermore, it is the thought that counts. And in conclusion, win some, lose some.